Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. We back with another one. We're doing a little boxing recap from last night, March the 11th. We got a couple of fights. A couple of cards we want to touch on. You know what I'm saying? Some real good action, and we definitely got stuff to talk about. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment in the live chat, or if you listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment there as well. So we're gonna do a quick recap, man, just to touch on some things. Starting with the zone card. Um, Diego Pacheco, you know what I'm saying? He came into this fight looking to elevate himself, further up the rankings at 168 pounds versus Jack Cullen. I thought he put on a great performance. And I think the first couple of rounds he had to get used to the height because him and Jack Cullen was looking eye to eye. So both guys around 6'4". So I think that was, a little adjustment he had to make. You know what I'm saying? I thought he got his jab going. Cullen was solid, though, the first couple of rounds. You know, he was trying to compete. But you can kind of see the talent gap, you know what I'm saying? And that, I just seen Diego being just a little bit more talented, a little bit more sturdy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Things started to change when he in the fourth round when Diego hit him with a nice body shot. You know what I'm saying? And then that sent down Cullen. You know, Cullen been stopped to the body before, so that was definitely a smart way to go for Diego Pacheco because you got to test that. You got to make sure it's still operating correctly or whatnot, or however you want to look at it. But once then Cullen got back up and then Diego finished him off. I mean, he was accurate. He landed like a 5-punch combination. All the punches land, and he cleaned them up with a hook. You know what I'm saying? And that was it, man. So that's kind of a statement type of win that he's making, especially for the young guys. He's only 22 years old. He's been developing. I actually think he's improved a lot since getting with Jose Benavidez. The camp of David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez, Rayo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he been around those guys. He actually got better. You know what I'm saying? So he's looking like a top 10 contender at 168. And we know what's going on at the top with Canelo. We got David Morrell, the regular champion. Benavidez and Plant. You know what I'm saying? That's coming up in a couple of weeks. So Diego Pacheco, like right up under that, it's still some good guys like Christian and Billy, Eric Bayanza, guys like that. They can do some things. Demetrius Andre, but like far as like young guys, he's probably the youngest guy that's like in the top 10. So, man, that was a good performance, man. A good performance. Salute to Jose Benavidez Sr. too because he got a big month of March. He had a guy fight last week on the Maxeo Figueroa undercard, and then he got Diego this week, and then on the 25th he got his son David Rayo, and he got another fighter on the undercard. So he gonna be real busy this month. So that's what's up. On the undercard, it wasn't too much to stand out for me, but Robbie Davis got stopped. You know what I'm saying? He had an injury. Derek Foley clipped him. You know what I'm saying? He hurt his ankle and pretty much got finished. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna Dixon had a nice stoppage victory. You know what I'm saying? So she's climbing up the ranks. She won the Commonwealth title. All the A-side guys got victories. Peter McGrail, Johnny Fisher had a nice knockout. Aki Fiaz, he got a nice eighth round stoppage. You know what I'm saying? So Campbell Haddon, so all those guys, the young guys, is developing, and this was more so like a showcase card for them guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. So that's what's up, man. So salute to Diego Pacheco. Hopefully we'll see him back in the ring. I hear people talking about him versus Berlinger. I take it. You know what I'm saying? At this stage, I think he'll give Berlinger some problems. I think he'll give some of these. I think he'll give guys, a lot of guys, problems. Now at the top level, he's gonna have problems with like the experience and if anything you want to take away and criticize him. Maybe he don't fight too well on the inside. I seen he wasn't doing too well. He was like clinching and he wasn't letting his hands go when he had opportunity to let his hands go last night. But you'll be nitpicking at that point. But I just feel like he's young and developing, 18-0. You know what I'm saying? So we need more young. We got a lot of young up and coming guys in the sport of boxing. What I'm saying, he's one of them. All right, moving on to the ESPN card, we had headline by Tony Yoka versus Carlos Takam. Now, listen, 'cause if you watch this fight, you'll see that Takam basically outclassed Yoka. You know what I'm saying? He won this fight pretty clear. I scored it 7 rounds to 3. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty clear to me. It probably been a little bit more, but Tony Yoka, I mean, he I don't know. He just don't. I guess he don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the Olympics, he's supposed to be the next great heavyweight. He was coming off a loss to Bacoli. I think that was due to more so the size disadvantage. You know, Yoka is 6'7", 240, 245. Bacoli was like 6'5" and 276. He put that weight on him and pushed him back. And I felt like the result of that, Yoka came in at 251. You know what I'm saying? So trying to defeat that. But you know, Carlos Takam is a boxer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he's like so slick, but he's like, he's crafty, older veteran, 42 years old, been in there with everybody. He know how to win fights. You know what I'm saying? He was investing in the body. You know what I'm saying? He was just outworking Tony Yoka. Tony Yoka wasn't active, throwing a lot of punches and shit. He was just right there in front of Takam, and Takam was just navigating him through the rounds. He was using his experience, and he just basically beat up Tony Yoka in a tactical way. You know what I'm saying? So this opened up something for Takam. Takam he was considered as like a journeyman gatekeeper type of guy. You know, he gonna give you some good rounds. He give you some tough rounds. Even in the Joe Joyce fight, he was giving Joe Joyce some good work. It was just he got clipped with something, and the referee, I think it was a quick stoppage in that one. So he earns another payday, earn maybe another big payday. Looked like he hurt his hand, you know what I'm saying, in the fight, so I'm not sure the details on that. But Tony Yoka, I don't know. He ain't fight with no heart yesterday. Like he ain't try to grind it out and win, and he ain't just fight with no sense of urgency. That's for me. Like coming off a loss like that to Bacoli, I feel like he ain't fight with no sense of urgency. So salute to Carlos Takam, the old vet. Dan Aziz got a late round stoppage victory. He's a good light heavyweight. He's climbing and developing. He's winning all those titles over there in the UK and Europe just to solidify yourself. You know what I'm saying? He got the triple crown over there: the Commonwealth, the British title, and the European title. That's a prerequisite to go world level. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was back in the day. But he put on a good performance, man. He was, he's sturdy, solid, kind of an old school type of style. It was his wardrobe and how he fight. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, man. He don't wow you with nothing too crazy. He's just sturdy and workmanlike. I mean, he was catching my man with straight right hands all night. He was out working. I thought he was dominating the fight against Thomas Foray. I thought he was dominating the fight, but in the final round, he landed. Well, he was hurting guy. He was hurting the dude a lot in this fight, but in the 12th, he hit him with an overhand right and buzzed him, kind of stopped him on, his tracks, and then the referee jumped in and stopped it. So Dan Aziz, man, he put himself in line for some big fights. He's number 2 in the WBA, so he's up there, Then with the talks of Bawaxi's supposed to have a press conference coming up this week and supposed to sign with Boxer. I can see Bawaxi versus Dan Aziz. That would be a good fight. I know Bawaxi got the kind of like the star appeal and stuff like that, but Dan Aziz is right there. It's kind of, you can argue who was did more with their career. Of course, Bawaxi was with Eddie Hearn, and he was getting more exposure. But Dan Aziz has been grinding his way. He fought in December, came right. He stopped, I think it was Rocky Fielding. He stopped him. Then he come right back in March. So I like Dan Aziz, yo. Dan Aziz is doing some good things. And hopefully he'll get a big fight coming up. So we'll see. The Olympic gold medalist, Lauren Price, she got a victory on this card. With women's boxing, these ladies can move fast, especially with the pedigree that she has. She's 3-0 now. She ranked in the top 10 in the WBO. So she's gonna be climbing up the ranks and probably get a world title pretty soon. She's 28 years old. Ain't no time to be waiting. So, and in that division, it's not really that deep. 147. We know Jessica McCaskill and Evander Hobson is supposed to fight. But McCaskill only had 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? They stripped her of 2 of them, the IBF and the WBO. So she can, you know what I'm saying, the WBO about to get, Sandy Ryan about to fight for the vacant WBO. And then the IBF, maybe she can slide herself in there. But, I mean, she's good. She don't really, I mean, she's good. She don't really wow me with a lot of crazy stuff, but she's good. Young fighter, still developing and getting used to the pro style. So, salute to her again on getting the victory. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Shot Town's finest in the building. What's good with you, bro? Jerry Anderson versus Carlos Takam will be next. I mean, that's a good one. I mean, they was talking about that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Carlos Takam. Well, the guy that he's fighting next, George Arias, got a similar style to Carlos Takam, so that I'll take it. I still want to see Boaxi versus Yard. No, that's a good one too. I would like to see it as well. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how Boaxi come through with his promotional situation. All right, moving on to the main one of the night, Tszyu versus Tony Harrison. Now, the pre-fight hype, all that stuff was good with Tony Harrison promoting the fight and stuff like that coming down. Give respect to both guys because Tszyu really didn't have to take this type of fight, and this put him on another level and let it solidify him as a top guy at 154. But as far as the fight, I thought the first round was dominated by Tony Harrison. The jab was on point. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was, that's what he did in the first round that's how all the rounds supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? The second round, I thought Tszyu won the second round. He got back in the fight basically, and he had to respond to that first round because that was looking like it's going to be a whitewash. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tszyu won. The way I scored it, I had it even going into the ninth round. You know what I'm saying? I seen scores. They had Tszyu up 6-2, 7-1. I get it, but I felt like I had Tszyu up 3-1 after 4, 5, 6, and 7. I gave it to Tony, and the reason why he was doing some little subtle stuff in the inside when Tszyu was able to close the gap. Tony was doing some subtle stuff. You know what I'm saying? In the inside, landing some nice uppercuts. He was using his feet. He was kind of twisting and turning Tszyu to have him all balanced. And Tszyu wasn't as active in some of those rounds. He'll throw one punch, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a hard shot. You know what I'm saying? He did hurt Tony in the third round with a nice right hand that pushed him back. But I felt like in some of those spots, he wasn't as active. But with saying all that, you can see Tony breaking down. Tony got tired of this fight. You know what I'm saying? I know he was saying he only got tired in the Jerry Hurd fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, that was his big Achilles heel. But nevertheless though, I thought it was a good fight, good tactical stuff. Tszyu, like I was telling people, man, he's more tactical and fundamentally sound than people give him credit for. Yes, he's a come forward fighter. Yes, he's right there in your face the whole night. But he was patient. You know what I'm saying? He hurt Tony a couple of times and he didn't jump in and try to blow his load. He was patient. He fought that fight like he knew once I get to the ninth round, I'm going to end up stopping him. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have jumped in a couple. Sometimes I was like, damn, you can finish him off. He can finish him off. He hit him, especially when he hit him with that right hand in the third round. I felt like he could have jumped on Tony, but he showed patience. Patience as a champion. He didn't rush it. He broke Tony down subtle. Even though I thought Tony was doing well in spots, you can see the body language and you can tell, you know what I'm saying, that Tszyu was breaking him down. So that was a good performance, though, because it opened up a lot of people's eyes that was saying, I was saying Tony should win this fight based off his skill set and what he brings to the table. He didn't have to go out there and perform. And I always have a question with Americans traveling You know what I'm saying? Like some of these American fighters don't travel well. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of my key points. But I felt like Tony, he wasn't getting like, man, I seen scores crazy. Now, I ain't here to criticize nobody's scores. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see what y'all see. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I had people on my Twitter line talking about laughing at me like I'm crazy. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you feel whatever you feel, that's how you feel. Especially if you can explain it. But I felt like I think it was a 7th round, 6th or 7th round, they was fighting the inside mostly, and I thought Tony was doing well. You know what I'm saying? Do a little subtle stuff that, because Tim Tszyu was actually not that active. But, man, salute to Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him. He's going to be tough to beat. We know he got Charlo next. That's probably be like in the summertime, July, August. But I like Charlo to win the fight, of course. You know what I'm saying? I still think it's a tough fight. Like it sounds good when you say, "Oh, he's just a basic fighter. He tailor made for me." But he's showing you that he's not just that though. He got another element to him that that you're gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? He's poised. He seems to have a good chin, got good power. You know what I'm saying? He consistent with his stuff. He's still doing the same thing, head strip in the air. But his defense was better tonight than it was against Terrell Gaucher. So you can see improvements, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be an interesting fight with him and Charlo. I like Charlo in the fight. He got way more stuff, you know what I'm saying, that Tim Tszyu will have to have to deal with. He got a good chin, power. He can box. He can bang with you. He can set you up with some good, clean shots. And that's something Tim Tszyu going to have to focus on, too. So, yeah, that's a good one, though. You know what I'm saying? A good one. That was some good stuff. Phyllis Nunez, what's good with you? That was some good shit from Tim. He said, did Tony underestimate Tim? Man, I wanted that win for Tony. He probably did, bro. He probably did, man. He probably did. He probably underestimated the fact that Tim is more than just you know what I'm saying, like how poised he was. He was real poised in that he could have rushed some of that work, but he didn't. Winston Lee in the building. What's good with you, bro? So that's what's up. Now I got the scorecards. I'm gonna take a look at it. It really is obsolete. It really don't mean nothing, but it's still interesting though to me the way they scored it. Now all three scorecards had it 75 to 75, 77, 75. You know what I'm saying? And now this is in Australia where people were saying, well, will Tony get a fair advantage? I thought this was fair. I had it even after 8. You know what I'm saying? But even though I had it like that, it was just I was thinking, Tony got to make it through this stretch though. I felt like he was breaking down, so I was seeing the tide change, but I felt like Tim wasn't doing like super crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? This to me, I think this is a true indicator of the fight. If you had Tim Tszyu up, I mean, that's a true indicator. But I seen like they weren't giving Tony no credit. He clearly won round 1. You know what I'm saying? He clearly won round 1, and those guys. And I thought round 4 he they gave him that round. 2 of the judges. You know what I'm saying? So it's obsolete, but it's still good knowledge to look at. You know what I'm saying? Good info. So we'll see what's next for Tony, man. I think he got to look in the mirror and see if this is what he still want to do. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to elevate as a good trainer with Alicia Baumgartner, and maybe that's his calling. But you can't what I'm saying, get hit with those shots like he was getting hit with. You know what I'm saying, at the time of the stoppage. I mean, he got hit with like 6 straight uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? And then a hook to finish him off. It's like you can't get hit with shots like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's winding down. And it's crazy, yo. The former world champions at 154, other than Charlo, everybody else that became world champion in that stretch when they was fighting each other, man, those guys are hella diminished. Like, let's look at it for a second. We just seen Jared Hurd last week former unified champion, he still haven't fixed his defensive flaws. And he got beat by a young up and coming guy that was hungry. We seen that last week. So he looked like he on the back stretch of his career. Um, Jason Rosario, he got stopped by Brian Mendoza, and Brian Mendoza is not considered a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped. And we seen that after the Charlo fight that Rosario's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Getting stopped to the body. He got dropped to the body in that fight too. But my man clipped him with an uppercut. So that's two. You know what I'm saying? Hurd and Jason Rosario. Then look at Julian J. Rock Williams. He beat Hurd for the two titles. I mean, he ain't really been looking good after that. After he lost to Jason Rosario. So, and he had a loss on the Fury Wilder undercard. He got a big opportunity versus Carlos Adames. I mean, if you go off the conventional wisdom along with Tony Harrison, you would say that maybe he's done too, or maybe he's on the back end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because this is a case in point when all these guys fighting each other. Rosario, I don't think Tony Harrison didn't fight those guys, but they fought. He fought Charlo. You know what I'm saying? When we ask for these guys to fight each other, you know what I'm saying, it comes with a cost. You know what I'm saying? These guys in there, they take a lot out of each other. You know what I'm saying? He said J-Rock's in trouble against Adames. I mean, I can see that for sure. Because J-Rock ain't himself either. Now, there's some things he can do if he, up to the task, being crafty on the inside. But I just think Adames is rising, getting a lot of confidence at the stage of his career, and I feel like J-Rock is trending down. So we see the decline of those 4 former world champions, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But as boxing fans, we want to see the best fight each other. But, you know what I'm saying, we not in there taking those punches. And we understand that it comes with a cost. And that's a prime example. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Hurd shouldn't have lost his 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have lost those 2 fights. And the reason why he lost them, because of his defense. He lost to Luis Arias because he kept getting hit with the same overhand right all night long. You know what I'm saying? Resendez outworked him. He was touching him up too. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be in that situation where the referee supposed to, can stop the fight. Now I know you can get hit with one shot, shit happens and all that. So Tony in that same boat, man. Former world champions, bro. That, put it on the line, and now those guys is definitely looking like they're in the decline. Because I don't know where Tony goes after this. I don't know if he moves up to 160. Still, you're going to still have the issue where you get clipped with some big shots, you know what I'm saying, depending on who you fight. So, we'll see, man. It was a good show. You know what I'm saying? Australia looked like he was rocking last night. You know what I'm saying? So, that was smart on Tszyu. And Tszyu got a hell of a team. He got a hell of a team, man. And they believe in him. And they looking like, they was right. You know what I'm saying? We was wrong picking picking Tony Harrison and thinking, well, Tszyu, he's just one dimensional. But looking like they was right, because they put him in a position where he's the WBO mandatory. Now he's the interim champion, and he guaranteed Charlo next. That's dope right there. And now he done carved out a niche that he can be a big star. That environment he had last night, that let me know that he was the biggest star in Australia. You know what I'm saying? That crowd was looking way more, even though it was what they said was like just shy of 12,000. It had a lot of energy in that crowd. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the 2 Haney Cambosis fights, so he can do some things. I think I mean, it's up to him. But I don't think he's gonna do anything at world level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I would say he's done. You gotta beat Carlos Takam. You know what I'm saying? He lost his last 2 fights. So he probably is, but that shit up to him. He didn't fight with no heart. So if he can't get that bad, he probably need to go. He's the American trainer like Sugar Hill. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he got the heart. Jay Reddy in the building. What's good with you, bro? I don't know if we got the heart. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Pervo in the building. Salute to you. What's good with you? So yeah, good action last night. Next week we got. It's not like a big fight week. We got the Zone show, another prospect type of show. You know what I'm saying? That we're gonna cover. We have a international fight and an interesting heavyweight fight that I'm looking forward to. Jarrell Big Baby Miller versus Lucas Brown. I know we got the jokes coming with the failed PD test and all that shit from both guys, but I want to see that fight shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Zerlo versus Gay Rosado. I ain't really high on that fight to be honest, but the undercard, is gonna be pretty good. They got some notable names on that card. Oscar Duarte versus Alex Martin. Eric Tudor versus the Money Kane. You know what I'm saying? So probably their undercards be really good. It'd be real good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young guys. So it's not like a big fight week, but then the 25th, it's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Starting with the top ranked show with Ramirez versus Comey. That's not a fight I asked for, but I think it'll be a decent scrap. Sinisa Estrada's on the card. Some of those young guys, top rank always load up their undercard with some good young guys. And then of course we got Benavidez and Plant. So that's what's up, man. We already know boxing is popping. It really ain't too much to complain about. We'll get some. The top guys gonna start getting their schedule lined up. If you pay attention to the telecast, the Showtime, they said basically they told you who was fighting next. It was like Spence coming back in the summer, so that sound like June. Charlo come back in the summer, that sound like June too, maybe July, and then Jamel Charlo come back like maybe end of July, August. So man, get ready. It should be a dope summer of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to close it out, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. You listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? You can tap in with me on my social media, Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @LDoesBoxing. That's my time, and I'm out.